All warfare is based on deception. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. He who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. To win 100 victories in 100 battles is not the acme of skill. To subdue the enemy without fighting is the acme of skill. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. Know yourself, and you will win all battles. The wise warrior avoids the battle. There is no instance of a nation benefiting from prolonged warfare. The greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. All men can see these tactics whereby I conquer, but what none can see is the strategy out of which victory is evolved. Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. In war, the way is to avoid what is strong and to strike at what is weak. The opportunity to secure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands, but the opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. There is no instance of a nation benefiting from prolonged warfare. To fight and conquer in all our battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. In war, the way is to avoid what is strong and to strike at what is weak. A clever fighter is one who not only wins, but excels in winning with ease. Opportunities are created by not waiting to be discovered, but by creating them yourself. All warfare is based on deception. The skillful strategist defeats the enemy without doing battle. In strategy, it is important to see distant things as if they were close, and to take a distanced view of close things. Strategy without tactics is the slowest route to victory. Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. He who defends everywhere defends nowhere. The opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. The clever combatant looks to the effect of combined energy and does not require too much from individuals. In peace prepare for war, in war prepare for peace. The opportunity to secure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands, but the opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. Move swift as the wind and closely formed as the wood. Attack like the fire and be still as the mountain. The greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. To know your enemy, you must become your enemy. To win without fighting is best. The clever combatant imposes his will on the enemy, but does not allow the enemy's will to be imposed on him. When you surround an army, leave an outlet free, do not press a desperate foe too hard. All battles are won or lost in the mind before they are ever fought. The greatest conqueror is he who overcomes the enemy without a blow. The art of war teaches us to rely not on the likelihood of the enemy's not coming, but on our readiness to receive him. There is no instance of a nation benefiting from prolonged warfare. Speed is the essence of war. Take advantage of the enemy's unpreparedness, travel by unexpected routes, and strike him where he has taken no precautions. Do not repeat the tactics which have gained you one victory, but let your methods be regulated by the infinite variety of circumstances. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. Tactics mean doing what you can with what you have. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. The greatest warriors are not warlike. The victorious strategist only seeks battle after the victory has been won. The wise warrior values not only his own victories, but also takes pleasure in the victories of others. The supreme excellence is not to win 100 victories in 100 battles, but to subdue the enemy without fighting. A wise general makes a point of foraging on the enemy. Those skilled in war bring the enemy to the field of battle, and are not brought there by him. When you surround an army, make them believe they are cut off from help, and they will fight to the death. In war, the way is to avoid what is strong and to strike at what is weak. The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. The clever combatant looks to the effect of combined energy and does not require too much from individuals. To know your enemy, you must become your enemy. Do not press an enemy at bay. When strong, avoid them. If of high morale, depress them. He who wishes to fight must first count the cost. When you are weak, appear strong. Know yourself, and you will win all battles. The general who wins a battle makes many calculations in his temple before the battle is fought. The opportunity to secure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands, but the opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. He who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious. To fight and conquer in all your battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. The greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. The best victory is when the opponent surrenders of its own accord before there are any actual hostilities. All warfare is based on deception.